Well, hello internets, here we are. Got ourselves a little bit of a vlog, got some thoughts rattling around in my head. I'm gonna put them all out there, see what happens, and around we go. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. Well, recently I've pushed myself a bit to get some stuff done, to get groceries got, to get things cleaned up, get preparations done for winter. And I have re-aggravated an old workplace injury. An injury that happened when I had my big workplace accident in 2013. And no, I'm not talking about the hand, I'm not talking about the back, not talking about the head. I'm talking about the injury to the knee and hip area. In 2013, I had that big workplace injury, and they were so focused on my hand that anytime I ever brought up my hip or my knee or my back, they just kind of dismissed it. Well, I've lived with chronic pain or various levels of discomfort or pain for my whole life, but ever since my workplace injury, I've lived with stronger chronic pain from then. Pain that doesn't go away, pain that is persistent, pain that is always there on a day-to-day basis. And no, it's not depression, no, it's not, all this other stuff that these doctors say it is. This is real, this is physically there, this is not all in my head. I'm not addicted to codeine, I'm not taking handfuls of pills, I'm not faking pain so I can, smoke something and pretend to be cool kind of a thing, because, well, all that is no longer part of, my dependency kind of a thing. And you have to realize that what a person is feeling is real, and sometimes you can't power through it, you can't work through it, because when you work through it, you end up making it worse. And when I was younger, I used to work through it, used to power through it, and I'm 25 years old, I'm bulletproof, I can handle anything. And meanwhile, you're in pain, you grab another handful of Tylenol, you pop them and keep going, right? And you only can do that for so long before you start having other health effects from, well, the overconsumption of whatever it would have been, painkillers, Advil, Tylenol, and other stuff. And sometimes you have to realize that and shed all of those dependencies and start working through the pain, managing the pain yourself. And I know I've touched on this in other vlogs and videos about, patches and pills that my dad was on, and I'm not ready to go down that road by far, so I'm doing it my own way and this way, and still having myself a life, still trying to drive, still trying to film videos to put up on YouTube and have my own independence. Well, recently, about 2 weeks ago or so, I re-injured or re-hurt or aggravated, I guess, the old injury of this hip and knee. Now the hip pain I can manage, I can live with, because it is no really stronger than the pain that I deal with every day in my back and daily in my hand, as well as the ambient pain, as I've come to call it, the normal pain that is of around my body on a daily basis. However, my knee pain, which is the injury from 2013, that has flared up recently to the point where if I go buy groceries, it's all I can do to buy the groceries, and it takes me days to carry the groceries upstairs because the more I use it, my knee, the worse it gets. To the point where it almost feels like it's broke. I can hardly put weight on it without feeling like someone stabbing me with something hot and sharp. And I've been told by doctors that I have a very high tolerance to pain. So if I'm feeling it, then that means that it's hurt. And that's kind of what worries me here, that if I'm feeling it, does that mean that it's a lot worse than just a simple sprain or strain type of normal injury? I've tried my best to keep going. I've tried my best to keep walking the dog every few hours, but sometimes walking the dog is all that I'm able to do for that stretch. Recently I had a phone call from a family member who is going through some home renovation projects, and for some odd reason they called me, which I don't mind, or normally I wouldn't mind. However, they wanted to borrow or me to drive the truck and do the returns, and for them to buy some new things. And this person has a truck. This person has, the ability to have this truck. However, their truck is not insured, which, okay, I understand. Sometimes things happen and you can't afford insurance. However, I said that I would do it. I said that I would be there. And I tried to go down the stairs from the 3rd floor here, and I just couldn't do it. I knew that if I got down those stairs, there's a strong possibility that I wouldn't be able to get back up here again. That has happened to me in the past. And I contemplated just doing it, just suffering through it, pushing through it, doing it. However, once again, I have pushed through this a few days ago, and it got really, really bad, and I couldn't even walk my dog. And that I don't really want to be doing that again, because how many times do you over-aggravate this workplace injury, essentially, before it gets to the point where it doesn't want to ever go back to what's going to be the new normal? I know surgery probably might be an option. However, once again, going through surgery once again and then paying for the recovery, because the surgery is not going to be a nice surgery, and with my body and disability the way it is, it's going to make the surgery a lot worse. I know when I went through my hand surgery, it got a lot worse because of the pre-existing pain and conditions. Well, when I called the person back to say, hey, I'm not going to make it out, they just told me, well, you take an aspirin and power through it, because that's what they do. Well, unfortunately, we're not all the same. Unfortunately, we can't medicate ourselves with something and pretend it doesn't exist, because eventually it bites you. What might work for you does not work for me. And I've already powered through pain. I've already medicated with something else and worked years with high pain. And eventually you end up having a problem. You end up crashing, and then you end up where I am now. And when I called the person back, like I said, they weren't really too happy, but it kind of is what it is. Nobody understands what a person goes through on a daily basis, because each person is different. Each person has a different struggle. You can have a room full of people experience the same traumatic event, and each person will experience or recall or feel the event differently from one another, because we all have different tolerances to trauma, different tolerances to pain, different emotional states, emotional levels, and things like that. And I used to be 100% dependable in the past. I used to never have a bad day, as in having to cancel things. I used to be there. If I said I was going to be there, I would be there. I never had sick days. I never had down days. I never had rough days like I've had in the last few years. And some of these people that used to know me from years ago have to come to realize that, well, we change. We go through something, and that changes us as a person. We go through something, and we don't come out the other side like we were at one time. I'm not 25 anymore. I'm not 35 anymore. I made it all those years till I was 35 before I had my first broken bone, and I thought I was in the clear until then. And I come to realize that I have other issues going on with my back from a lifetime of lifting and essentially abuse, working for an employer that didn't appreciate your talent, kind of a thing. And all of it came to the head with the workplace injury, and all of that combined, the perfect storm that has led me to where I am today. And really, when it comes down to it, it's me that has to live with the pain and the discomfort of dragging myself down the stairs just so someone can return some material and buy some new stuff. And really, if they've got a project on the go, then as much as I would like to be there to help, to be the driver, it's kind of their project on the go, and it's their responsibility to make sure that they have the ability to their truck going to return these materials and buy this and buy that. And if a person says no, they can't do it, don't just say, well, just power through, sit in your vehicle, look pretty, and that's fine. That's fine and all. But when I can't make it down the stairs, I can't make it down the stairs. And yeah, okay, fine, you pressured me into saying that I would be there because you wouldn't take no for an answer. And then when I do call you back and say I physically tried and I can't make it down those stairs, then you get all defensive and say just take an aspirin. Well, unfortunately, that's not the way it works. That's not the way life is, and we all have choices in life to make. We all have things in life, decisions to make, and if we don't support one another, we belittle one another when someone comes up and says, I can't do this, then really, are you any better than the next person that is doing all the bad stuff? Understanding is what we need in life, not judgment and belittling. I guess just gonna put this on out there. It is what it is, and around we go. As always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.